Nancy Hart, Whole Heart Evolution here, your Life Mastery Consultant, with our Wednesday Mindset Tune-Up. And yes, I'm coming to you from not the frigid north, but the frigid south. Yeah, it's Dallas, Texas, and it's mighty cold down here. It's mighty cold in the whole nation, but it's mighty cold down here, and something we're not accustomed to. And it's interesting how we're finding resilience and community in what is some pretty stressful circumstances down here. And what we're teaching each other, what we're learning from our northern friends about how to navigate and how to cope. Things like trickling faucets and making sure gas tanks are full and keeping cabinet doors open so pipes don't freeze, that sort of thing. And layering, good old-fashioned layering. I got to tell you, I'm super grateful for this amazing long down coat my mother left to me when she passed. Super grateful. And, having a battery charger, a little portable brick thing, that's just amazing that a friend of mine gave to me as a gift a year ago. And who knew? And sure enough, had to get in the garage last night and charge up that car. And it worked like a charm. There are lots of things that we're as a community, as a state, as a nation, needing to kind of grapple with right now as we navigate this cold. And I got to tell you, it got me to thinking a little bit about something we've talked about before, but I thought might be a really good opportunity to revisit. And it's, what do we do when something dramatic, could be a snowstorm, major pipes freezing. What do we do when something really dramatic, super impactful happens to us? And yeah, it could be a snowstorm. It could be something like perhaps a layoff. It could be even things like, perhaps we've lost a family member. Something significant, a diagnosis, something significant happens to us. And what are some of the tools that we can lay into? What are some of the practices that we would be wise to remind ourselves of, to be able to lay into? What's our moral equivalent of the charging brick and the amazing warm down coat? What do we want to be able to employ in our life to be able to help ourselves in moments like this? So just a few reminders for everybody tonight, and apply them in the cold or not as you choose. But first and foremost, there's some really important things around self-care that we need to do, particularly when the shift is very, very dramatic. They sound like things like good sleep, good rest, doing our best to stay as rested as we possibly can. Keep our bodies moving in some shape, form, or fashion. Don't get completely stuck to the sofa or stuck in the chair, even if it's cold outside. Walk around the house, do some stretches. For those of you who enjoy the practice of yoga, try some yoga poses. Or if it's new to you, try some yoga poses. Keep your body moving. Don't get locked in and get tight. I noticed for me in this past week, my body getting locked has definitely been something I've been very conscious of, in needing to move and stretch and keep going. Don't forget the breath. Breath work always, warm, cold, anything in between. When something stressful is activating us, we want to be able to find places where we can rest, we can find calm. We use that in the breathing techniques where we're moving from what many of you have heard about, which is our sympathetic nervous system. It's that fight, flight, or freeze when the saber-toothed tiger is coming at us, right? And using the breath to calm ourselves and drop into our parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest, digest, and create space. And it's just as a reminder, very simply done, in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And just breathe until you feel your body beginning to relax. Super important. Good food? Yeah, I'm indulging personally in a few brownies, right? But do your absolute best to maintain as clean and even a food habit and pattern and things that you're ingesting. Make sure that they are supportive of your body and will not cause it greater stress. Too much caffeine makes me personally look like the Budweiser frog on the side of the truck. Not useful, right? So good food, good rest, good breath, move your body. And I would also offer, and it's an example from my life of the last few days, really watch what you're ingesting, not just what you're taking in as food or taking in as beverage, but watch what you're ingesting in terms of the media, what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're engaging with on social media in particular. I know it is we want to stay informed. That's important. And if you're like moments for me, it's very, very human to get engaged in the cycle, in the story. And next thing you know, the story keeps swirling and swirling, and we get sucked in and we get sucked in, and it's like a crazy vortex. And the next thing we know, one, we've lost time, and two, we've lost our balance. What do I mean by balance? Finding ourselves so sucked in that it's almost as if our body has been sucked tight and we feel so contracted. And what we really want in this moment is breath and expansiveness to be able to process whatever it is that we are experiencing and receive the guidance with whatever it is that we're experiencing to be able to take steps ahead. And when we get stuck in a story, somebody's anger, vitriol, even grief, we want to be empathetic, we want to be compassionate, but we don't necessarily want to get sucked down the rabbit hole in something that isn't ours. So we really need to be, I'm going to encourage all of us to be really mindful of that, okay? So we're going to watch our media, we're going to watch our food, we're watching what we're ingesting, we're looking for good sleep. And the last piece is gratitude. Now, I know we talk about gratitude a lot, and gee, there's a reason. This is a great opportunity in moments like this to double down on your gratitude practice, particularly for those of us who choose to write it down, to ink it in some form or fashion. Gratitude, the practice of, notice I say the word practice of, regular practice of gratitude, noticing what I'm grateful for, even noticing what I'm proud of, yeah? What I'm grateful for helps draw to us the energy of more. We keep looking for other opportunities for things to be grateful for, and what we focus on expands. What we focus on expands. So as we focus in the gratitude, even in the difficult times, even in the difficult moments, it can be amazing of what we become aware of. And again, what we become aware of is what expands. All right, so in those tough moments, in those pipe freezing moments, in those moments where things have a dramatic shift for us, we want to engage in good sleep. We want to watch what we're ingesting, from our beverages to our food to the kinds of media and information that we're taking in. We want to move our bodies. We want to breathe. We want to keep our bodies open and expansive. And we want to stay in gratitude for the thing. We can find the seed of goodness in the gratitude that we have. Yes, there's a seed of goodness everywhere. And if you've ever heard the kid and the pony and the poop story, you know what I'm talking about. We'll tell that on another day. So take good care of yourselves. Stay warm. Put your down coats on. Breathe. And take good care of yourself, okay? You've got this. You can be resilient. We're right alongside you. So that's our Wednesday. Take care of yourselves. Blessings to everybody. And I'll see you next week. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Stay warm.